I mean, the earn out was a little bit of a angst for you.
Yes. And I think depending on the business and the you going forward, and again, there's always that risk. You don't know once you sell, if you have earnouts, am I going to lose some big customers over the next year? You don't know. And there's so many different things that could affect that. But so the earnouts, they make you push, which is good because then you're driving revenue. And then when you make that earnout, it's such a great win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Such a great win.
Well, and the thing I always try to point out to owners, and again, I know you would agree, we don't push. I mean, push is not, this is a complete self-discovery is the way we approach it all.
Mm-hmm.
But I always tell owners, you have an earn out with yourself. Whether it's back to your assessment when you say, what's going to happen over these next, when you say to yourself, well, I could take this money now or earn it over these 5 years. Well, what owners don't take a step back and see is, because they'll say, well, I don't want to take an earn out. I mean, I got to hit that to make that.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that's fine. But you realize you got to hit a whole lot of that to keep the wheels on the tracks if you keep it. So you always have an earn out. You just have an earn out with yourself.
True.
Now you have 100% control over that earn out. And that's part of getting the right deal too.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we see is the earn outs can be really tricky.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where not having representation can be real bad.
Yeah.
In the earnouts, because you saw some of the language.
Yes.
I mean, it's terrible. And those guys, a lot of them buy companies for a living. So,
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, there was some stuff that was trying to be slipped in there, and
yeah, you have to say, whoa.
You really got to watch that. Going back to all the buckets, each deal that's offered to your company, and if you have multiple offers, which you're hoping you do, because then it'll drive up the price usually.
Mm-hmm.
The offers are structured in so many different ways, like you say. Some have earnouts, some don't. Some it's more cash at closing.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on how the structure is, and it's working through each deal to see what's going to be the best for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then looking at each one and understanding, can I make that earnout?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it real? Is it true?
Mm-hmm.
And if it is real and it's achievable, is that the deal for you? So you got to kind of look at everything. And some people might want to just take cash and less for the company and walk away. But I think as entrepreneurs, we're used to wanting that goal.
Sure.
So if it's structured in a way that you can get more money, but you got to go do these things.
Yeah. I've heard the term where people, there's negative connotations and real negative to anything, but I've heard that a few times. A couple of things I've heard that says, well, I would never take an earn out. Well, the reason you take an earn out is because you can get more money.
Right.